With economic recovery being a big topic these days, we thought it would be a great idea to check in with an economic development officer. This is Paul Ianni from the town of Lincoln. Welcome, Paul.
Welcome, Mike. Thanks for having me on. Good morning to you and your viewers.
Well, thanks for joining us. And economic development is your purview, but of course, tourism falls under that heading for you as well. You've just developed a new tourism strategy. How was it accepted by council when you outlined it?
Tourism is a huge industry here in the town of Lincoln. We have over 50 wineries, breweries, distilleries in our community, and it's a big segment of our economy here. So it's an important element of what we do here in the town of Lincoln. So last week we did present our final tourism strategy at council, and it was passed unanimously. Council recognizes the importance of the tourism industry here, and this tourism strategy is really going to put us down a path of economic growth with jobs and sustainable tourism here in the town of Lincoln. So it was accepted both by council unanimously and by the industry sector here in the town of Lincoln as well.
The phrase "the right tourist" came out in the discussion. What do you mean by the right tourist for Lincoln?
For sure. So, I mean, in our tourism strategy, throughout the document, we talk about sustainable tourism. And what that means is we're looking for high quality, high yield. The type of tourist that we want here is someone that's going to come into the community, spend more time in the community, ideally spend more money and visit the cultural attractions and the wineries that we have here and that ecotourism. So we're looking for a high yield, high quality tourist. We're not looking for mass tourism. We're not looking for over tourism. We want someone that's going to really respect the character of place. So throughout the tourism strategy document, you do see a lot of reference to tourism sustainability and respecting that character of place, because we recognize that, we want that high quality, high yield tourist in our community. So sustainable tourism is an important element of what we're trying to do here.
What is the strategy to attract that tourist?
Well, so at the end of the day, the strategy really wanted to look at, what is the town's role in tourism here in the community. So for the past 20 odd years, the town has really, farmed out tourism to our destination marketing organization, which is the 20 Valley Tourism Association. And the main recommendation of the tourism strategy is really to continue with that sort of third party organization, but to really broaden the scope and narrow down specifically in terms of what they do. So really focusing on that marketing the destination. Now, we do recognize that tourism here in Niagara is not just the town of Lincoln, or at least on the west side, is not just the town of Lincoln. There's an opportunity to really bring in some of our municipal and private sector partners here in West Niagara and really define the destination as being a hot location for tourists from the GTHA or from international as well to come into our community. So the idea really is to refocus that destination marketing organization, move it into a new model, which includes not just membership fees, but also a pay-to-play type model. And the idea is really to move forward on that destination marketing organization in partnership with public and private sector partners.
With the distilleries and the craft breweries, I think Bench Brewery was voted the business of the year
Yes.
This week. Is that a big part of the focus, and will that help you attract maybe a younger crowd as a tourist as well?
Yeah, for sure. So the town of Lincoln, as I mentioned, has over 50 wineries, breweries, and distilleries here in our community. And it is a high element of what we do. Beverage manufacturing actually contributes probably over 1,700 jobs in the town of Lincoln in 2019 alone. And so it's a high element of what our economy is all about here. So most definitely, we want people from the GTHA to really come into our community and to frequent businesses like Bench, but also Fielding Estate Winery and all the other wineries that we have in our community. So it's definitely the type of tourist that we're looking to have here in our community.
Within the community, you also have a Shop Local campaign. You started a website, shoplincoln.ca. You have a hashtag that you're trying to spread out there right now, Local Lincoln Love. What is behind all of that, and how is the reception been?
Yes, so shoplincoln.ca was a town-led initiative as a response to the current COVID-19, the current pandemic. Really, at the beginning of the pandemic, obviously, stores were shut down and closed. And a lot of businesses were trying to move to that online sales model. So we launched shoplincoln.ca to really support our businesses in the community and really asked, not just locals, but people throughout Niagara and Ontario and such to really engage with our local businesses through shoplincoln.ca. And it was a great website. It's been received fantastic throughout the community. And there's an opportunity to really go onto the website and to basically browse, our wineries, our restaurants, our commercial and real estate or realtor businesses. And we've had I think, well over 15,000 unique visitors now to the website. People throughout Lincoln, obviously, in Niagara, but we've had visitors as far as China and Mexico, southern U.S., BC. We've had visitors from all over, quite frankly, all over the world coming to our website. So it's been a great response, and the businesses are really appreciative of what we've done.
Thanks for joining us today, Paul, and keep up with the Shop Local.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me on.